Let's just.
This is CG Ruthless Sports. I will be brutally honest. Ain't nothing but being brutally honest. Coming at you with another video.
What's up, everybody? We are back with another episode, and our co-host will be here shortly. He'll be here, Dion, but we got our boy David. I guess we could say two Davids in the building, and we got Fortnite King, and then we got the Big Mac and the Mac Attack in the building, man.
That's right.
Yo, yes sir, yes sir.
Yeah. So how do you guys feel about the free agency, man? It is popping, man. We getting some signings left to right, and we're getting some players who come and go, man. But which player that you like so far in the signings?
The guy from the East. Oh, go ahead, McNiner.
Of course, Javon Hargraves, the easy answer. He's D tackle. He's kind of like a Fletcher Cox mixed with a little Aaron Donald. This past season anyway. 11 sacks, the most sacks by an Eagles D tackle since 1993. That's a lot. Not even Fletcher Cox did that. So we got us a little, hopefully at least a Justin Smith, what Justin Smith was when we got him in 08. That freaking physical D tackle, him and Armstead. We need that tandem back a la Armstead and Buckner. If he can do that, our defense is going to be even better with quarterbacks not being able to, have enough time in the pocket. Oh, man, I'm loving that, man. Help out Bosa, another guy that got to be double teamed. That's so crucial. So
absolutely,
I'm all with that.
David, you're next, and then I guess Mac, and then we'll go with David.
What's
Well, right now we got to go with Justin Hargrove. He's going to command double teams. He's going to be on the same side as Bosa. They're going to eat up 4 offensive players, just those 2 guys, which makes everybody on the defense better. But the kind of under the radar signings would be those 2 corners we got, Miles Hartfield and Isaiah Oliver. So Isaiah Oliver's he's a good nickel. But, Miles Hartfield's a guy that has upside but has never really showed out. But let's face it, on our squad with the pass rush we're going to have, they don't have to cover long.
Not for too long. I mean, Oliver was mostly playing as an outside, but then later in like the last couple of seasons, he did play some inside like nickel. So that's interesting. But all right, the next David's next, and we got the Big Mac.
Yeah. I was gonna say it was the same guy what the first guy said, but I'm thinking the guy we just picked up from the Panthers. What's his name? Starts with the M.
Miles Hartfields.
Yeah, I want to see how he does. Well, our offense and our defense. I mean, and I think our defense is gonna be sick this year. So, yeah.
For sure. What about you, Big Mac?
Well, we just picked up one Javon for another Javon. So he's going to be really good, man. I think just watching film on him, yeah, I think our inside line is going to be good. But I really like the Oliver sighting too, because that kid can tackle. And he's not afraid to come in and mix it up in the inside with tackling ability. So, yeah. So I think they're doing a pretty solid job right now with the signings in this offseason. So, yeah, man. I look forward to this season. It's going to be a nice one.
Oh, for sure. Oh, we got our boy Dion, man. He is here. So let's see what he's got to say, man. Them free agents, man. Which one did you like so far? And then we'll start off with the negative side and say which ones are we glad they're gone. Oh, I can't hear you.
I know everybody decided to choose Javon Hargrave, and he said his name is Javon, so I'm going to call him Javon. I mean, he could have helped us with putting a Y or something, but okay.
Okay, anyone but Javon for once. Okay, we can play.
Yeah, but Hartfield is the guy I'm interested in. From what I hear about this guy, he's basically a Swiss Army knife as far as being in the defensive backfield. He can play nickel, he can play outside, he can play safety. So I think that's our resident Jimmy Ward, so to speak, to an extent. So I'm actually curious to see what this guy has, what he brings to the table. The familiarity he has with Steve Wilkes already is a good thing. That means that, if we have to insert him into the defense at any point, we'll know exactly who he is. I'm happy with the fact that they've, done all the things that they needed to do as far as the O-line. We're not necessarily sure who the right tackle is going to be, so I'm pretty sure there's going to be some rotations at that just to see who they feel they're going to give it to. But honestly, it'll probably be either Colton McKivitz or God, his name escapes me.
Jalen Moore?
Yes, thank you, Jalen Moore. That's probably going to be the other guy that they would have as far as that goes. So I honestly like Hartsfield because I'm curious to see what he can bring. And I am honestly very curious to see what happens at the right tackle spot. I pray to sweet baby Jesus we don't play musical chairs with the fucking offensive line all offseason, but it remains to be seen.
Yeah, and like I said, under the radar players, I get that everybody's talking about Javon Hargrave, but here's a guy that we just picked up on a very cheap deal. He hasn't produced well for the Raiders, and maybe he could be another Arden Key in the rotation. I mean, Colin Farrell. It's like we find these little cast-off players that used to be – they were top picks, never panned out. But for whatever reason, Kosaric just knows how to make the most out of these guys. So I'm very intrigued by what I'm going to see from Farrell. I want to see what he can do. I mean, outside of that, I do like the Oliver signing, man. The guy has the lengthy size. He's not afraid of tackling. He's got the physicality a little bit. And then the thoughts on John Feliciano, who we just recently signed today, man. Like, what do you guys think of that signing so far?
First of all, who is John Feliciano?
Oh, I'll give you an info on that. So he's a versatile guy. He's like another Daniel Brunskill, but he played for the Raiders, was a 4th-round draft pick from Miami, played a couple of years there, was really solid for the Buffalo Bills. And then last year he played at center. He started at center for the Giants. And then after that, we signed him to a 1-year deal. He's been kind of a little bit of a journeyman kind of in a way because he's been playing guard. He's actually played tackle too, which is intriguing. He's played all the spots except the right tackle spot.
Oh, okay. So he's basically replacing Brunskill, long story short.
Yeah.
Why we get rid of Jordan Wilson?
Jordan Willis?
Jordan Willis, I don't know. That one was by surprise. I thought we were going to get him back on the cheap deal.
I think honestly because we have so much, we have the depth that we currently need. Even him being cheap, there's so much that happened, man. There were several restructures. We had Mooney restructure, we had Fred Warner restructure, and I think there was someone else. But yeah, with Hargrave, it was cool. Him being signed, but Jordan Willis, that's all right. This guy's profile picture.
Now, he's always been on here.
Crime team against us.
We got our favorite up-and-coming YouTuber. We got CarCast. It's all full, man.
Yo, what's good, bro?
But yeah, more on Feliciano. He started 15 games at center last year for the Giants and was a center for the Bills.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And he only had 1 penalty last year, gave up 1 sack.
A lot better than
he
Brent,
tied
though.
with
His win percentage in pass and run was higher than Brendel. So, Brindle could literally turn into a career backup with us.
No, we just paid Brindle a lot of money.
Yeah, we just paid him. I think he'll be the starter. I doubt that they would actually pay him that kind of money and then sit him on the bench. I think this guy that we just signed, Feliciano, is just going to be a backup. If he does wind up somehow snatching that job from Jake Brindle, it's not going to make sense for us to have a backup center making $5 million. So I think, honestly, they brought him in because he plays that spot. They brought, anybody in that can basically go ahead and be that Swiss Army knife. You know how Kyle is. He loves his versatile offensive lineman. But we got to get Carcast thoughts on this free agency period. How you feel about it?
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously got some players, but we also lost a lot of talent on our side. But yeah, about the what's his name, John Feliciano, I think.
Yeah,
right?
That's his name.
Yeah, like David said, he's obviously durable. Played 15 games last season. Played with the Giants. I thought he was actually really good. The thing about him is he's really diverse. He could play multiple positions on the O-line. He could play center, right guard. He could play both guard spots, I'm pretty sure. But does that mean that he takes the right guard spot now? Spencer Burford's the right tackle. Like, how is it gonna work? Because I would agree. I would agree with you guys. I think it's just depth. Like, it's just for a backup spot on the roster. And I still think Jake Brendel is gonna be the starting center next year. But what are you guys' thoughts on this? Because I don't really mind it, but I don't think this is a big splash.
He had the tie for the fewest sacks allowed with All-Pro Andrew Thomas. He's a gritty guy. He likes to use his hands. He has short arms, physical, and you need 7 quality offensive linemen
that can
for
play
a Super Bowl run, man. Because at some point that's gonna be necessary, man. So he's gonna be a good backup, and I'm all for it. So I think for the draft we'll probably get like another offensive tackle that can compete with McKivitz, because you gotta build this offensive line. You see what the Chiefs doing. They got offensive linemen, free agency. So you got to be able to protect the quarterback, and that's what we got to do, man. Because I'm not sure if Lance or Purdy's gonna have, or Sam Darnold will have proper pocket presence. You got to keep those guys off them. So want a clean pocket for the QB. So I'm all for it, man. A little cheap deal. Why not?
I mean,
I don't mind.
I mean, John Feliciano is technically just a much experienced version of Daniel Brunskill. Like, he's played all the positions except the right tackle spot. So, I mean, I looked at a lot of his starts, and there was a lot of games where he played. Last year, he played mostly at center for the Giants. Played guard. I think for the Raiders, he did play some tackle. Like, I think he played some left tackle spots there, and then he played some guard here and there. But most of the time in Buffalo, they were asking him to play mostly at the guard spots. And then he played center for the Giants last year. So this is one of those most underrated signings. Like,
I thought we played. Yeah, go ahead. I would just
in case injuries happen, you can definitely plug him in, or maybe he might just make a strong case. But I think he's only going to be there as like a guy who could just swing in when injuries happen.
Oh yeah,
he's 325 pounds, 6'5", 325. So he's a lot. He's bigger than Brunskill and Brendel. I mean, I just don't see a downside to signing this veteran.
I would have thought maybe if you would have signed him instead of Brendel, it would have probably been more smarter. But no, I like the signing.
I thought he played well with the Giants last year as center, making holes for Saquon. I think he really he took care of the trenches.
Yeah, I don't know too much about that guy, so that's why I'm just listening.
No, I mean, he's played mostly a lot of the spots except the right tackle spot. That's pretty much.
How do you guys feel about Chauncey Gardner-Johnson going to the Lions? How is that going to affect us?
That wasn't even that much money, man. I was like, okay.
He bet himself.
The Lions are building something over there, man. They got a good team on offense and defense, man. They're going to win that division next year.
I even said it.
They have one hell of an offense. They're going to have one hell of a defense if they keep doing
They
this.
said the Lions that made the playoffs last year.
Yeah, they almost did. Jared Goff, he's taking them.
I don't even think Jared Goff is that bad. Like, he might not be a top 10, but like, I think Jared Goff could lead them a long way, and they have talent on that
He's
roster.
a solid starter. Like, don't take
their offensive line is beefed up. God damn.
Their line is really good.
Their center's good.
And then they
tackles,
have Amon-Ra St. Brown. That dude's crazy good.
Oh, dude, you know who the Lions are gonna get? Dude, they're probably gonna draft another receiver, bro. They got some talent out there. Like when you think about it, dude, look at their secondary now. It looks a lot better than the previous years. I don't think their defense is gonna give up as much yards because last year Seattle was lucky to beat the Lions with that bad defense. If they played them again, Seattle ain't gonna beat them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly, man.
No, I gotta agree with you, man. The Lions are out there doing what they're supposed to do. Now you gotta think about it. That's Chauncey Gardner Johnson on one end, and E-Man Mosley on the other.
Ooh, dog.
And then they got Jeff.
I was about to say, don't they still got Jeff Okudah?
Yep.
So you mean to tell me that's not like a trifecta that you wouldn't want as your defensive backfield? The Lions ain't playing no games, man. I'm telling you, the NFC North better watch out. Because what's crazy was the Packers are going to fall off because they got to switch to Jordan Love. So that transition is going to suck balls. But what I will tell you here is that it's going to be a fantastic transition for the Bears and for the Lions. So the Bears have been busy too. They've been out there getting it cracking.
That's why the Bears got to make those moves. They know Detroit Lions.
DJ Moore.
You got DJ. Now you have DJ Moore and Darnell Mooney. And you can even throw punk ass Dante Pettis in the slot.
Then they got Jermaine Edmonds.
Chase Claypool.
Oh, hey, I called Jermaine Edmonds Steve Urkel hulked out because that's what he looked like when he take his helmet off. That's a motherfucker. That's an ugly dude, bro.
Urkel, did I do that? Did I do that?
Yeah, that should be what he says after he sacks the quarterback. Did I do that?
They're building a foundation. They got some good linebackers now. They got Tremaine Edmonds. They got TJ Edwards. It's pretty stacked for them.
Yeah, they are not playing, bro. They for real with their stuff, man. They look real.
Imagine they go to the Super Bowl and
I would have gave them props if they would have just signed.
We don't want to imagine anybody in the Super Bowl but us.
Nah, not just us, man. But I would have gave them more. I would have gave them more props if they would have signed Brendo, man.
Now, Brendo turned down extra money, I think, from somewhere else. I think it was the Giants that come to stay with us. Was it the Jets? Yeah.
You think Sam Donald's gonna play with this shit with us?
No. Sam Donald's job is to be the backup. He's only here for that reason. He's basically here because Kyle Shanahan wanted him last year, but they wasn't about to take on that money. And basically, Sam Darnold, to me, he did the same thing that Derek Carr did to the Raiders. He finessed them. It was very simple. If he stayed with the Raiders, they were going to have to pay him that $40 million. He knew they weren't going to pay him that $40 million, so he backdoored their ass, went to the Saints, hung out over there, told them, hey, I'm going to force them to release me. Once they release me, we'll work out a deal. And what happened? Now he's a Saint. What happened with Sam Darnold? Sam Darnold knew he was going to be there for the remainder of his contract, and when he finished his contract, he knew automatically probably, hey, I'm going over there to 49ers. That's where they want me anyway. And boom, where's he at? Now, it's definitely a fact that USC quarterbacks don't trend upward when they're in the NFL, but, it is what it is. He's just here to be a backup anyway.
I mean, dude, let's get to this topic about the Sam Darnold topic. Like, why is like half our fan base even thinking that he's going to be the starter or like all this stuff, bro? Like, I don't get it. This is Trey Lance's team. Like, it's not
educated.
Trey Lance in the start.
My bad, yo. My Wi-Fi just crashed.
Okay. So good.
Look, clicks, buddy. People's got to get clicks, and to get clicks, they hate on Trey Lance, and they do everything they can to get attention. So will Sam Darnold beat out Trey Lance? I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it.
It's not even about clicks. I get that from other comments, bro. Like it's even from non-video makers.
Basically, I agree with Dave and Big Mac. I really want to get your thoughts on this because, to me, it's very simple. No one wants Trey Lance to start. There's a big, very vast majority of this fan base that did not want him to start. Hell, his first game where we started at home, the game he got injured, there was a little girl in the stands with a sign that said, "We want Jimmy." So I don't know what everybody's fascination is with not starting Lance, but long story short, it really does suck that people are selling the kid short and not even allowing him to do what he has to do. Me personally, I feel like you start Trey Lance, you let him be, and whatever the fans do, the fans are gonna wind up coming around anyway. If Trey Lance starts and he's a winner, they ain't gonna give a shit. Winning cures everything. But what do you think?
Take the training wheels off, man. Trey Lance will be ready, man. This is his third year. He's been learning the system, picking it up. He got all the weapons in the world to back him up. You know what I'm saying? Shanahan's good play calling. He's gonna be ready, man. I mean, we won with lesser talented quarterbacks, so I'm sure we'll win with him, man. He showed glimpses last year, but he's got to put it all together.
Well, I already talked about this a lot of times on my own shows about Trey Lance. He's going to ball out this year. I mean, how many of you guys ever played basketball?
I played many times.
Play ball? And you walk out on the court and you like...
I play for the Warriors, man.
Oh, yeah, little Curry. Guy, right? Little Curry.
That's the right thing, man.
Is this Steph's younger brother?
That's Steph's doppelganger.
No, for real. You walk out on the court and you're like, hey, this is the guy I want to play with, right?
Yeah.
This dude, he can play. He can really play. If you look at Trey Lance on how he played in the games that he played in, you walk out there and you say, this dude, he can play. He got injured. I mean, he beat out Jimmy Garoppolo last year. That's why they didn't want to sign him. The only reason why they signed Jimmy Garoppolo was to come back in because we had injuries, right? Yeah. That's why Jimmy Garoppolo came back just in case.
They weren't sure about the backup quarterback also because they weren't sure about Brock Purdy being like, dude. At the time, people were questioning. Is that why we brought back Garoppolo back because of Nate Sutton and Brock Purdy?
No, they brought him back, but he had no place to go. They were going to let him go because they already knew what they had in Trey Lance. If you look at the 49ers, the second year, they put the guys in because they know they're ready, right? They put Trey Lance in there in the beginning of the year because they knew it. They know what kind of player he is. So I'm just saying, if you're going to pick a team and go and play basketball with this team and you say, oh, I'm going to take this guy with me, it's the same thing on football. You look at your guy and you say, hey, this is going to be my quarterback. This is who I'm going to ball with. That's where I'm going to go. They did the same thing. I mean, just think about it. Why would they give the reins and the keys over to Trey Lance in the beginning of last year if they didn't have faith in him? Why? Somebody explain that to me. There's nobody can explain that because they knew that Trey Lance was the guy and he was ready. So I know everybody's talking about arm fatigue and everything like that, but he talks about how many days he threw in a row. But you watch this year, and I guarantee you every single one of these fans that don't know crap about football, they're going to come back in the middle of the year and they're going to say, well, I guess we were wrong. And those Raiders hella suck with Jimmy Garoppolo over there. Right?
Exactly.
And every time I drive to Vegas, I'll be just cracking up laughing.
Hey man, I can't. Hey, I'm with you, Big Mac. I can't wait until he just destroys their hopes and dreams. Like it's just gonna tickle me because I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of I've been purposely watching Raider fan forums to see how people feel. There's a lot of them out there that feel very optimistic because he's back with Josh McDaniels. Here's the issue: your optimism is horribly misplaced.
Oh, dude, I want to show you. I'm going to show you a video. I want to show you guys a video of one individual Raider fan, bro.
Hold on, real quick, CG. Hold on. What were you saying, Big Mac?
I was in Vegas last week, and they were all complaining at the airport of Jimmy G signing with the Raiders. You heard it as you're walking down. I'm like going to go get my bags, and that's all I hear. Oh hell no! Why the heck did we sign this guy? Who's making these decisions? So I'm not saying that. I'm saying it because I hear from all the Raiders fans.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh, dude, I want to show you this video. I'm going to show you the sound of the guy that didn't like the pick. I'll show you right now.
Yeah. Oh, that was
I'm fucking pissed, boy. I am pissed. I am so motherfucking pissed right now. Y'all don't even understand the definition of how mad I am right now, bro. If there was rocks around somewhere, bro, I would chew them up. That's how fucking mad I am right now.
There we go.
Overdoing it.
all right, yeah, cut that, man. Damn, bro. Like, I'd be upset, but it's not that serious.
Yeah.
You know what he sound like? He sound like one of them Cowboy fans when they lost. That's what he
a combination of a Cowboys fan and an Eagles fan.
No, but he just felt like, he felt the same way as you, Dion, in a way when the Raiders signed him. He says, anybody but this guy.
Yeah, yeah, he was really upset. I guess.
Thought it was funny. I thought it was a funny video.
He was doing the most.
This guy.
Man, and also
we
were signed Ross Dwelly as well.
Yes, he's back.
I still want to draft a tight end with our first third round pick.
No, we don't need no damn tight end. We need to be thinking about right tackle.
You guys have a good day. I gotta go.
All right, man. Easy.
All right, David, take it easy, man.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree with that. But
we'll get one in the late round. I think we'll find ourselves a Delaney Walker. Maybe we get Braden Willis.
Yeah, I don't mind seeing a tackle later, but as of right now, like with our first pick, a tight end for what? We already have George Kittle. We still have Charlie Warner. We now still have Ross Dwelly. We don't need anybody else opposite George Kittle. This ain't New England. We ain't about to run no 2 tight end sets. Kyle doesn't do that. So wasting our first pick on a tight end would be worthless because he's never going to see the field but from the sidelines. Like, it's not going to happen. Like,
maybe in the future, but as of that moment, we're probably just going to have to wait until the 5th or maybe 7th round. We'll probably get one.
I was going to say there's a few tight ends that are going to slip down that far that are pretty good, but we'll see who we draft.
We don't know yet. Maybe
I want that kid.
Either way, I mean, Russ Dwelly, it's a one year deal. If we get a tight end in the draft that's better than him, he's cut.
Oh, dude, let me tell you about Russ.
That's what I'm saying.
Every year with Russ Dwelly, bro, it's always like he'll get playing time, he'll catch a few passes, then you don't even hear from this guy after that. Like, why?
Hey, but I would draft an offensive tackle as well with the first pick. But, I mean, we got pick number 99, 101, 102. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to get a tight end. Remember, Kittle, he's always injured. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get injured. He'll miss like 3 to 5 games. So, we did try to get Jordan Reed. So, I mean, we do need a threat. And I think Charlie Warner probably end up getting cut. That's how I see it.
He's only there because he's a blocker. That's all he is. That's all he's good for.
Yeah, he's a good blocker.
Not a good catcher.
3 third-round picks. So, out of all the guys we've picked in the 3rd round, who do we got, guys?
We can move up to get Blake Freeland. That's pretty.
We got Fred Warner on the team right now. I'm talking about. Yep. We have Fred Warner. We have Danny Gray, who I'm giving a mulligan to, because the kid got redshirted.
Yeah.
And then who?
Ty Davis Price, who's probably like another freaking Trey Sermon. I don't know, man.
This is my point: is we don't do much with them 3rd round picks. So why even pick anybody? Trade all 3 of them. Trade up. Get a right tackle. We can get a tight end later on.
Why did we just miss out on getting Darren Waller, bro? All it took was a 3rd round pick and a freaking Charlie Warner trade, bro. I would have took that trade.
I would have did that. I would have did it. I mean, Darren Waller gave Fred Warner some trouble this year in that game.
Hey, but that sucks for Jimmy, though, because he goes there thinking, I've got a premier tight end, and they trade him.
That's the Raider way. Nothing. That's the Raider way, man.
Hey, all the Jimmy stands can watch him not win games with the Raiders.
I see a lot of these Jimmy stands like that Dan guy. He calls him. He kind of switches his damn pitcher. Like, I blocked his ass.
Yeah, 49ers Cast going to be over there hurt. I'm pretty sure he's sitting there crying.
He's kind of like playing the part where he's kind of like saying, "Oh, I'm just hoping for the best for him and all this stuff." I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm just not getting involved with it.
Yeah, it's always how it works, man. I don't. Jimmy Garoppolo is who he is, man. He ain't about to change nothing.
And the difference is for playing for the Raiders, bro, they don't have a defense to bail on. All you have is Josh Jacobs. All you have is maybe a couple of receivers like Devontae Adams, and Jacoby Myers is an okay receiver. He's not the big-time name. There's been word on the street that the Raiders could potentially trade Renfro.
Renfro, another weapon? Wow. Would he get the ball? Now he'll get the ball. I mean, he's like a top 5 route runner in football. I mean, so you can't really turn that down, man. Like, he'll be dangerous. He'll be the third or fourth option on in passing game. Like, team's third or fourth guy cannot cover him. So, I mean, I'm all for that.
I don't get why they even signed Meyer if they were just going to trade Renfro. I don't know. Maybe there's something going on.
Yeah,
it's a dog business in the NFL. I got to tell you that.
Yes, it is.
There might be some contracts issues there and money and everything, and that happens everywhere. But I really like what John Lynch is doing right now with the front office.
I give John Lynch credit. This offseason has made me happy. He out there making it happen.
Yeah,
being aggressive.
Yeah, Javon Hargrave, I didn't think that would happen. I didn't even think this would be a move to even start with. I thought maybe there's a chance for C.J. Gardner-Johnson maybe, but I didn't think this would happen. I said, man, we'll probably be lucky to get Kellen Saunders at that point, and I would have been happy with it. But man,
I'll tell you what, guys. From all these 1-year signings and everything, I think there's something big that's lurking around the corner that John Lynch and company.
Ngakoue.
What's that?
Yannick Ngakoue, hopefully.
It could be, but we don't know what they're going to pull out of their hat. But I think there's something big around the corner. Of course, Bosa getting re-signed and everything, we know that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But they're going to do something. There's just something that's stirring in the pot right now that I think they're going to do. And I can't wait to see what they do.
I mean, if anything, if you do bring in Yannick Ngakoue, I mean, him opposite of Nick Bosa would just be horrendous to offenses. I just feel bad for anybody who's got to deal with a line that starts with Nick Bosa on one end, Yannick on the other, and then Eric and Javon up the middle. Yeah, you can just – I don't know what you're going to do, but you're not going to do much of anything. It's going to be pretty boring, and you're going to spend a lot of time as a running back not going anywhere and as a quarterback just, looking up at the sky very often.
You're going to be on your back, my neck and my back. That's what they're going to say.
Right?
No, but I've called this signing with Colin Farrell. I said it like weeks ago. This was going to happen because I didn't think we were going to go for nobody big in edge rushers. I said we ain't gonna get Yannick Ngakoue. We probably ain't gonna get Dante Fowler or any of those other guys that everybody's talking about. And I thought, well, since the Niners don't value too much on these edge rushers, they go for these cast-off players that never pan out to be something, and then they make them into something. Now we got another project. So we got another Arden Key project or maybe a better version of what Solomon Thomas should have been.
Yeah, Solomon Thomas was solid on the Raiders. Hopefully Colin Farrell can be like that on us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, got to work on that technique, get a little stronger because he's a pretty good run player, but we need him to be that pocket pusher.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, what's up, man? I think we've addressed pretty much anything else, but I just think – who's our kicker now? Is Robbie even gonna be gone?
Yeah, they haven't said anything, but we'll see what happens.
We should sign.
You can draft the kicker. I mean, it ain't that hard.
Seventh round pick. Draft one in the 7th round. We got 4 of them.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
Get one undrafted. Yeah, get one off the street, man.
Like, or we could just sign Matt Gay. I know he's up there somewhere. From the Rams.
Oh yeah, is he out there?
I think so. Yeah, last time I checked, he was.
Who? Eddie Pineda?
I thought he got signed.
Who? The Panthers kicker?
No, the Rams.
Oh, he said the Rams kicker.
Oh yeah, he got signed by the Colts.
Oh, he did. Oh, no.
Matt Gay got signed. That's what pissed me off. I'm like, damn. The only ones that are available right now is Eddie Panera from the Panthers. And I know you probably guys don't want to hear this name, but under the percentage of his kick, bro, he kicked 90% this season except for the extra point shit. But maybe we'll back away from that guy.
The Cowboys guy?
Yeah, but he kicked 90% of the field goals this season. But I don't know. He can kick the 60-yarders, just the fucking distance is weird.
I'd rather take I don't know.
I'd rather draft one of these big leg kickers coming out.
Yeah, just draft a guy. I mean, you can find it, dude. Even if you take one of those third-round picks.
What's that dude's name?
I'm not going to be upset.
Jake Moody from Michigan?
Yeah. Everybody's talking about that guy, but I think he's going to be gone before we get to him. You know, second round, somebody might. No, he'll be there. People don't spend first and second. I think the only kicker drafted
Raiders
in the round was Seabass.
I think
Raiders are known to draft him high.
Yeah, they draft him high, but I think the highest he can go to is maybe a 5th round or a 4th round, maybe.
Yeah, facts.
I think there's another kicker too. There's that dude Chris Dunn, and then that Georgia kicker. I forget his name. And then there's this one kicker that I'm looking at, and he played at a very small college called UTEP. Gavin, I don't know how you say his name, but he kicked pretty solid. He was like the most improved player. So he's got a pretty strong leg. He just looks like one of those little. He looks like one of those hippie cowboy guys.
Yeah, kicker from Auburn. He's 6'5", 220. Anders Carlson.
Oh, that dude's the worst. I looked at his percentage. He missed most of the long-distance field goals.
Yeah, he's like a big, like, damn.
But his brother plays for the Raiders. That's his brother too. Hey, what's up, Raphael? How's it going, man? No, I mean the only kicker I would probably take a chance on is either Jake Moody or Chris Dunn, the guy from NC State.
Yeah,
and that Georgia kicker, and then maybe that UTEP kicker. I heard a little bit of something good about him.
Never heard of him, but we need to get a kicker if Robbie is just gone.
Wouldn't it be kind of upsetting if he just sits all damn off season and then we just sign him out of nowhere? It's like, God damn.
It could happen. I mean,
well, you know, I honestly do think we'll get a kicker. I do not know if it'll be in the draft. It could be undrafted free agent, some guy we've never heard of from some small school that, you know, can kick a field goal 60 yards uphill in the snow, wind, and rain in both ways. You know, I mean,
he would have to be in North Dakota or somewhere down Minnesota or somewhere down the cold.
Yeah, well, you know, we tapped North Dakota State for some talent before. We can go get it again.
Trey Lance.
But I'm just saying, the kickers, man. The kickers they kick in the snow like Adam Vinatieri. We need a kicker like him. We need a kicker.
I don't think no one will ever find a kicker like Adam Vinatieri.
They won't.
That dude he was on another level, man.
I think the only one we can Robbie Gould probably be a tough one to replace because of the consistency wise, but he hasn't done the kickoffs for so many years. So you're gonna need a kicker who can do both.
Yeah, we need touchbacks, man. Something.
Yeah, our freaking punter has to freaking do that. Like, is that kind of weird how we just have to rely on our
Mitch
punter?
Wisnowski?
Yeah, I don't like that.
I like Mitch though, man. Mitch a hard hitter.
Yeah, he tackles, and I remember in the preseason he even got flagged for a freaking hit.
Because he rocked that dude's world, and they was like, "You're a punter, don't do that."
But I've never seen a punter get flagged for that, except for that punter from the Raiders, whatever his name is, King, whatever.
Boys are
Marquette King.
Yeah, when he freaking threw the flag, I thought that shit was funny.
The Cowboys just lost their tight end, and I actually like their tight end.
Dalton Schultz. Yeah,
I love Dalton Schultz. I don't know.
Somebody signed it.
Austin Hooper is still available, and we ain't even signed him.
Why are we re-signing Dwelly? He gets like 4 catches this season.
Dude, Dwelly should have went to the Raiders. He should have went to the Raiders.
Wait a minute.
Exactly.
Hold on one thing, man. Say that again for me, Carcass.
Gets like 4 catches this season, man.
4 catches all season, and he was on the bench.
I'm sorry, that shit was just hilarious because it was random as fuck, and he just said it.
Tied in third round.
Hey, it's like Juszczyk, man. They don't utilize.
No tight end third round, King. Stop that shit. Nobody wants to waste his damn pick on a fucking tight end that early.
Unless the Iowa tight end's available, then I would.
Laporta. I like Sam Laporta. He's good.
That's the only one I would probably be okay with. If that Iowa tight end's out there, then I take a flyer, and then maybe we could trade away freaking Dwelly to another team. Then I'd be.
You know what? At this point, screw the tight ends, man. Get an edge rusher, like a speed rusher, like DK.
Why not we just package a trade?
We need a speeder edge rusher. We have Drake Jackson. I don't understand why people seem to have forgotten that he exists.
No, Drake's got speed. And he can bend.
Yeah.
No, I mean speed rusher. No, we need like a power type rusher. Besides, we need a guy who can dominate a little more. Like
Hey, we got to fix up the offensive line. That's what I need.
Right tackle,
and they ain't gonna invest.
We could draft a left tackle because this is what the Eagles do. They drafted this guy. What was his name? Cam Jurgens, because Kelsey's gonna retire. They're planning for the future, and I think we should start doing some of that.
Yeah. Well, Brendel's there for 4 years, but actually, from looking at the contract that he has,
I'm not talking about center.
No, but for Brendel's contract, it's actually voidable after his second year.
I'm talking left tackle of Trent Williams.
Left tackle for sure. Here's a left tackle that we need to get if we want to go in the future. Get the Wanya Morris from Oklahoma. That dude's a good tackle. He is like
I can tell you right now, I feel like if we win a Super Bowl, we win 1 or 2 within the next couple of years, Trent's gone. He's gonna retire.
Go out on top.
I'm good. I don't need no. I got more than enough money. I got all the money I could take,
and I got a ring.
Now. So
I don't need any of.
We gotta wait and see what happens, man.
I don't need him tipping plays in the NFC Championship game.
He's the only guy who can get away with it because he's the best at his position.
It still doesn't matter. Yeah, that's the hard part about it. Like even with that happening, it didn't make a difference. He still did everything that he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Keep guys off my quarterback. Mr. Suge Knight. That's Suge Knight right there, man. You ever seen him wear red? He looks like Suge.
Trent, because he's a big body dude, man. He was.
You know who could have looked more like Suge Knight if we would have signed him is Arshawn Robinson. That dude looked like a freaking Suge Knight.
The tackle.
Not the one from the Rams that he was visiting the Giants, bro. Yeah. That dude looks like a Suge Knight.
You guys think we should get a safety?
Yeah, develop. Yeah, maybe third round.
I like that Penn State safety.
He's a physical type safety, but the one I like that has the speed and can actually.
He's like a Jimmy Ward. He's physical. Yeah. He has the same skill sets.
But there's one that I like from Illinois, Sidney Brown. Very physical too, but can cover better.
Yeah, who's that dude from Penn State? I forgot his name. He won like the
MVP. No, it's Brown. I think it's Brown or something.
He won like what's it called? The MVP of like the Rose Bowl game. I forgot his name though.
Joe. It starts with a J, but his last name is Brown.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about. He's a hitter, yeah. And then there's that one from Florida State too. Jamie Robinson's another one I like.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie Robinson's pretty physical.
Jamie Robinson.
I feel like I've heard of Sidney Brown. Doesn't he play? I feel like he played in
Illinois. His brother plays running back also too. So his brother is Chase Brown, and then he's Sidney Brown. Dude, they're both players at Illinois. They're ballers.
I'll tell you this: there is one player that's going to come out in the future that we definitely need to grab. We had his daddy. We need to draft the junior, Frank Gore Jr.
Oh yeah.
Hey, if y'all ain't seen Frank Gore Jr. play, you are missing out on some premium fucking talent.
Yeah, man, that boy's a beast.
That boy is a bona fide beast.
That boy is Frank Gore meets Bo Jackson.
I'm telling you, he's awesome, bro.
I think he had like 300 yards almost, right? Didn't he have 300 yards?
Bro, he's insane. Like he moved, man. And it's like people always think like, oh, well, you shouldn't just bank on it because it's their dad. I'm like, yes, the fuck I should. Shit.
He's a proven talent.
He's a proven talent. Like
if he's playing like it, draft him.
Here's a sleeper that I'm going to hear about coming up draft day. Another USC receiver. You're going to hear Brandon Rice coming into next year's draft, maybe.
Okay.
He's getting his opportunities. Like he's already playing behind those other guys. So I think next year you're going to hear his name.
Yo, I think the NFC West is so open. So is the NFC.
The only team
No,
that
the
we
NFC West is ours. Outside of the Seahawks, we're not going to have any
I
problems.
don't even take the
yeah,
Seahawks.
Seattle's just like the only one we can deal with. But the
we're gonna sweep
Rams,
them. So
the Rams are like kind of like a little punching bag to us. And then the
Cardinals, screw them. They just got a defense.
Yeah, Cardinals are going to be ass. This new season for them, they're going to be hot garbage.
Poor Mike. Poor Mike.
Bird doo like a cardinal.
Yeah, poor Mike and the rest of those Rams fans. It's like
Amelia. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait till they suck. I'm gonna be on his head.
Well, they
hold on. We're talking about the Rams. So, what are the odds of Aaron Donald retiring? I'm honestly thinking he's sitting at home watching what's happening. Like, why should I play?
He'll take another year off to get.
Can he play edge rusher? Can he play edge rusher? No, I'm just kidding.
This guy. Yeah, we ain't taking on that contract. We ain't got that kind of money. We have a salary cap, unfortunately. Believe me, if this was still Eddie D's team and we had no salary cap, we would have had Aaron Donald.
Oh yeah.
oh, dude, Rudy would say, "Well, you guys are the reason why they made it a salary cap now because now they punish you guys now."
I could care less about Aaron Donald. I don't need him here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's good, but it is what it is.
He's good, but I could care less. I don't need him. Like
I like beating him.
But who's the hypocrite of the NFL? The Rams. They're manipulating the cap space, just like how we kind of like broke in the salary.
Well,
cap.
the Cowboys are gonna. The Cowboys, they're okay.
Hey, the Cowboys just got Brandon Cooks.
Dak Prescott's
the player to go CD Lamb.
He gets all these weapons. And
bro, Brandon Cooks literally is. Brandon Cooks is the Kirk Cousins of wide receivers. He passed his pass so he could get paid. That motherfucker ain't about to make no impact. That's not doing anything for the Cowboys.
I mean, he'll catch some passes here and there, but the guy can never stay
Dak
healthy.
Prescott is trash. Yeah. I've given up on Dak Prescott.
It's Stephon Gilmore. The guy's washed up a little. He kind of lost a step.
Yeah, he's not the same shutdown corner he once was.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Gilmore gonna surprise some people with the way that he moves and what he does.
I like Gilmore.
The guy from Fresno State was looking decent. They could have gave him a chance.
I like Gilmore and Diggs. That's a crazy.
Nah, Gilmore's just not the same, bro. I've seen what he played like.
I can't wait till September, guys.
Yeah. Like I said before, if you got a football itch that needs scratching, man, the XFL is entertaining.
Oh yeah,
there may be some different things going on, but the XFL is entertaining. I'm telling you that right now.
I can't wait.
Renegades for me, man. Renegades.
I can't wait till fantasy. I need that shit.
You say you can't wait till fantasy?
Fantasy football's the best time of the year.
I choked in all freaking rounds of the fucking championship.
I won $100 on my fantasy league, so I ain't complaining about it.
I swear, so many people absolutely just shitted in fantasy this year. It's so bad.
Hide your lineups and hide your money because you're getting robbed.
I had a crazy ass lineup too. I found Keenan Allen in free agency because people dropped him because he was injured with the ACL for half the season. Then he went off.
Yeah, sometimes you get those flyers with everybody else. Like Michael Thomas was kind of like a guy I had, but he couldn't stay healthy, and then I traded him away to get somebody else.
I'm actually excited to see Michael Thomas, man.
Michael Thomas is trash. He got paid. He ain't been shit since.
Slant boy.
That's true. He's a slant.
Okay, what change did the Niners do? We've kind of changed a lot of the players in general. Like I think I would say most of our lineups are going to be a little different.
Speaking of the Saints, God, their team is trash, man.
Well, they got the car, so the car's going to do something.
Look at it like this. This is exactly what the Saints did. So you basically picked up a mediocre quarterback who can barely stay healthy. Your running back is pretty much probably about to, unfortunately, go to jail for that video with all the fuck shit he did in it. On top of that, Michael Thomas is trash.
He's coming off like 3 years.
Like he's coming off like another season where he's just injured all year, and then all you have outside of that is Chris fucking Olave. Good luck. Good luck.
Ohio State. Yeah, Michael Thomas is weak, man.
I mean, he was good before the injuries. He was pretty good.
Speaking of their defense, I wish we got Lattimore, man. I love Lattimore.
Oh, dude, Lattimore would be.
Yeah, he's really good DB.
Are you happy about the changes? I would have loved the changes if they would have got rid of Brendo. I would have been happy. But other than that, I'm good.
I'm not mad. Whatever.
Hey, but look, I already know Dion's already happy about Jimmy being gone. But who are you guys happy that's gone? I mean, personally, man, If I had to choose which one I'm happy for, McGlinchey, good riddance. I would have been more happier if they would have just refused to sign Brendo, but it is what it is.
Hey, I'm happy.
I think you got to remember, man. You know how Kyle is. If he knows that this dude can do the job, he'll do it. But that's how he move. And
I'm actually
Kyle sticks to helping out the homie on a consistent basis.
I'm upset on Manu-who's gone. I'm so upset.
Oh yeah,
I think Emmanuel Mosley. That's why I'm upset at because he's a good number 2 corner when healthy, man.
No,
Mosley was dope.
The trenches are like really.
But they believe in Lenore, so they're giving confidence for him. So I'm assuming that's why they moving on from Mosley.
Yeah, Lenore might have some game. He was emerging last year, no question.
They got Deshaun Gibson in the secondary, so you got to learn from a vet.
Well, he's only going to be there for 1 year, but that gives us some time to go draft a safety and develop him, and then he'll be a starter next year, or he can come in when injuries happen. So that's the best situation to have. I mean, Jimmy Ward, despite what everybody thinks, I wasn't a big fan of his, but he was a great leader, a great kind of guy that had presence on the field. I think losing him was kind of like it's a little bit of a loss because of the way he brought the team together. He was like the glue of that defense, but you're not going to get one of those guys. So I like the Oliver signing because he's a little taller and he can tackle. He played at Colorado too, so he's a better freaking tackler than Witherspoon.
You know who I like? I like that dude Isaiah Oliver in the slot. Mm-hmm.
That's what I said. The slot.
He's literally saying that.
The Broncos paid McGlinchey a lot of money, man. I'm gonna
tell you this is why I fuck with Seahawks. Eddie and Syjan and Steezy A. Smith are the Seahawks fans that I fuck with. You know why? Because they're realistic.
They're good people.
You know what I'm saying? They're good people. They're realistic. That's one thing I can say I appreciate about it. Because some people, man, they be out there lying like a motherfucker. Some bullshit. Like you already know it's some straight fuck shit that's definitely not supposed to be happening. But Rams fans be Rams fans.
Sam Dog's another good Seattle fan if you guys ever get a chance to check.
Can we get Huschek more involved this season?
I hope so.
Right? He's getting paid a lot of money to do much of nothing but block. And last time I checked, we could have just went and got Bruce Miller out of fucking retirement to go block.
Or Josh Hawkins.
The old person beater.
Yeah.
You know what?
The old person beater.
Fuck the fucking fullback if we're not going to even use them. Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Could have just put Jason Poe back there.
Oh yeah, Jason.
Look at Big Mac. Big Mac over there, quiet to the motherfucker. Come here, and drop the bomb. I love it.
The Poe back there.
Jason Poe's gonna be an emergency center.
And then you can run that fullback option.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah. You automatically think that CMC or Jordan Mason or Elijah Mitchell got the ball? Nope. Poe's running up the gut. Good luck tackling that big motherfucker.
The refrigerator. He's a freezer.
Yeah, the fridge. Yeah.
Well, he's more athletic than the fridge, man. I mean,
I think he runs a 4.89 or something
during the season.
That's crazy. Ross Dwelly runs a 5.1.
Oh no, Ross Dwelly's slow, bro.
Dude, but the only thing that Ross Dwelly does well is when he runs those routes.
He's a good red zone target. I wouldn't mind throwing.
No, but he does run pretty good routes, even though he's slow.
And he has good ass hands.
He's not bad. They just don't implement. Like it's the thing that kills me about this team is they don't implement players quick enough.
Yeah, I don't have nothing against Dwelly.
To Big Mac's point earlier when he was talking about Trey Lance and how they wanted to put him in and that they knew he was ready. It's like the team. The only reason that didn't stay that way was because the team revolted against it and Kyle folded because Kyle was going to keep shuffling him in and out basically until he felt comfortable with him starting. And then
you get so much.
You would have seen Jimmy on the bench.
I feel like we got so much depth. Sometimes we just lose track of our player, like who we have. Like I don't know. It just feels like it sometimes.
But that's a good thing to have. It's a really good thing to have.
Gotta have depth, man.
With Jimmy Garoppolo with the Raiders now, just the injury to Purdy, we're gonna see Lance light it up this year. I'm confident in that.
I'm sure he is going to play his heart out there, dude. And I hope as soon as he signs those doubters, bro, I'm hoping those so-called Jimmy fanboys and those freaking Brock rockers, whatever they call themselves.
He said Brock rockers.
That's what I'm calling them now, but they call them
Brock.
Brock Stars or something.
Brock Star.
That's a shitty ass nickname. Fuck.
I just say
Yeah,
Brock was a
right.
joke.
You gotta
Then
think
you
of a
got the
Trey
Sam
Lance.
Darnold. Then you got the Sam Darnold stands now. They're going to be coming into play, bro. You're
They're
going to
gonna
see
call themselves the Darnolds.
the Darnolds of the world. The Darnolds.
The Darnolds, the mug. I don't know. I'm trying to think of funny ass.
Duck
I just
Darnolds.
can't believe
Duck
people are
Darnolds.
trying to say they're going to trade Trey Lance because
The
they
cock
signed
Darnolds.
Sam
The cock
Darnold.
Darnolds. Oh, that's
Oh, we
nice.
just
Oh
signed.
yeah, that's always the bullshit. Yeah,
It's
people
the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Look, we signed Sam Darnold. That's why we got him in free agency so early. That's why we're going to trade Trey Lance.
Fuck, nah, I hate fucking this.
They're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Ew, Sam
It's just
Darnold.
ridiculous.
Oh God.
Hey guys, I gotta cut out.
Yeah,
All right, man.
Time to put
Hey,
the
if you guys
kids
want
to
to
bed.
cut out early, man, it's up to y'all, man. We can call it a day.
All right. I'll see
Yeah,
you
man,
guys.
it's all good, man. I'm down with it.
It's all good with it. Hey, I see that you connect your channel and Dion Cool. At least you got the code, right?
yes sir, yes sir.
Hey, if you need me to connect yours, Antonio or Big Mac, let me know. I'll definitely hook your guys' channel in next time.
Yeah. I was
Alrighty.
able to do it on here. So
Nah, it's better for both of us, so all of us, so we can all.
yeah, connect them on the next one. I don't even know
Yeah,
how to
I want to do that. I want to do
Just let
that
me
for
know.
everybody else. It's fair.
Yeah. Sounds
Yes,
good,
sir.
man.
man.
You guys have a good one.
All right, man. Let's
You have a
call
good
it
one
a
as
day
well,
then.
man.
All
All
right.
right.
All right, go Niners.
Go
Fuck the
Niners.
Rams.
Niners.
All right, hold up. Oh. Okay.